Welcome to our podcast, Learn Biblical Greek, brought to you by Dr. William Stewart, the co-founder of Telios. This captivating podcast teaches you biblical Greek through a verse-by-verse study of the book of Ephesians, interjecting Greek grammar, Greek word meanings, and vital theology concepts. Thanks for joining us on this exciting biblical journey. Your study will be more effective if you use the Greek text with the Bible word codes, either on the eSword download or Bible Hub website. These links are on our podcast website at www.teliosresearch.com.
Hi, I'm William Stewart, co-founder of Telios. Welcome back to this podcast on learning biblical Greek. It's a, great study. We're learning Greek, the grammar, about the words and the theology of a wonderful passage in Ephesians 1. And we are today in verse 10. So let's do the first half. There are, as a reminder, be sure to look at our disclaimer on the podcast website. There are key links there, not only to the grammar that we're using, but how to download eSword so you have a good Greek text, or use Bible Hub. Other valuable resources are there as well. Please visit. Okay, verse 9. This in context. The first half of Ephesians, after the introduction, is basically a list of our promises, great promises surrounding salvation. Okay, so the first word here is gonoresos, and this is make known, very common biblical word, simply means make known. Again, it is a participle. So this is a aorist participle. So it would be a like an ing verb, going, in the past tense. So was going. Hard to translate. How they thought about this is probably different than we would. We just don't have anything that really corresponds to it. So it's an aorist participle. We know this because of the SA connector between the root, gonorrhea, the SA, and then the S on the end of the SA. The feminine would be SA on the end of the SA, sasas or sasa, and then in the neuter, it would be an N on the end of the SA, son. Okay, made known, umin. So again, the first person plural pronoun, that IN, again taking the third declension endings, plural, dative, to us. Then to, which again, small word, probably a particle, relative pronoun. In this case, it is in front of a noun, so this would be an article. To, this would be the neuter, and the singular, either the nominative or the accusative, and then the word mysterion, also the on ending, so they match. So it's a second declension. The article's matching the end of the noun, on. Remember, if it doesn't match, it's probably third declension. If it's an an, it's first declension. So mysterion, a great word, means mystery, so easy cognate. In the Greek, it meant something not known but revealed. Specifically, much like a mystery novel. Agatha Christie, somebody gets killed at the first of the novel. You don't know who did it. Makes for a good story. But by the end of the novel, you do know it's been revealed. In fact, if it hadn't been revealed, you probably would not be very happy. I would. So what's a mysterion? So we have to ask, the Bible's not, God's not a God of confusion, 1 Corinthians 14. What's this mean? What's a mystery in the Bible? Well, I think it's what was not revealed but revealed. So I think it relates to the coming of Christ, what was not known in the Old Testament that's been revealed in the New. Now, really, salvation and the coming Messiah was known. So I think it's really two things, the general things and the specific things. The general things are just all the details of Christ's coming made known when he came, the time, date, specifics about his death, more specifics about the salvation that he brought, and the follow-up church period. There are four specifics, and Charles Ryrie, the great theologian from Dallas Theological Seminary, indicates this in a nice list that things specifically weren't discussed in the Old Testament and that are revealed in the New, and there really aren't that many, were the Gentiles coming into the faith of equal partners to the Jews, the church, the rapture, and Christ in you, the hope of glory, which I think is the regeneration. Okay, so I think then this is indicating where we were talking about the coming salvation and what Christ has done. We've sort of advanced to the church and then thinking about the scripture, and then from God's acting to more about Christ here in the past few verses. So, mysterion, two thaumatos. So again, the two looks like an article, and it is OU. As you remember, that's a genitive masculine singular ending. That T on the front makes it the article and not the relative pronoun. But the lematos, look, there's the noun, but the endings differ. That makes it a third declension, not a second declension. So the lematot is the root word in a consonant. So typically would make it a third declension with the OS ending, the pure ending, and not contracted with the valve at the end of the root word, like in most nouns, second declension nouns. Off toe. So again, we're back to that second declension type ending, OU, genitive, singular, masculine, or it could be neuter depending on the instance. In this case, it's masculine referring to God. Matches. So it's the made known to you the mystery of his will, basically. Okay, we'll finish this verse next time. Again, great passage. Glad you're here. Hang in there. We'll be repeating all these rules over and over again. You'll get used to them, have patience, and then slowly introducing new items of grammar as we come to them in the text. Meanwhile, we're both learning Ephesians. See you next time.